Good evening, good evening. Hello, Abhishek, how are you?
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Where are you stationed currently?
Sir, I'm in Khatima, Udham Singh Nagar district, Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand. Okay. So, when is your interview scheduled?
The 30th November.
30th November. So, we have only few days left. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, how is your preparation now? Feeling confident or still there is
Uh,
something to revise?
yes, I'm continuing revision, and yes, I'm feeling confident about communication things, sir. But I'm still revising my subjects.
Okay. So, rest of the panelists may join us later on. So, I will be starting. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Abhishek, please introduce yourself in a very brief manner.
Yes, sir. So good evening. My name is Abhishek Pal. I come from Khatima, Udham Singh Nagar district, Uttarakhand. I have done BSc Geology honors from Ramlal Anand College, University of Delhi in 2019. And then I've done Masters in Geology from Central University of Punjab, Batinda in 2021. I have done field works during graduation in Nainital and Mussoorie Syncline. And I have done dissertation on the topic Miocene mammals from Kutch. It was a review work. The focus point was Miocene mammals dispersal corridors with the Kutch point of view. And my hobbies are playing guitar, writing poetry, and creative photography. Thank you, sir.
What is your hobby?
Sir, playing guitar, writing poetry, and creative photography.
Okay. So do poetry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any four lines written on geology context?
Sir, it was a nature context. I will try to remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, it was about a track that I did to the Valley of Flowers. Uh, a beautiful track just going over the mountains with the friends, having joyous and a joyful sweat and sweaty fountains. And uh, sir, sorry, I cannot remember it. Means at this point, I'm not able to remember it properly.
Okay. So have you ever encountered any mineral or rock upon which you would have thought that this kind of lines could be dedicated to that particular rock or mineral or fossil, anything?
Sir, I have seen one. It was one plagioclase rock, and I have seen one structure. It was a wooden age structure when
Mm-hmm.
I was in Munsiari. So there I saw this, and it was first instance that away from the fieldwork I have seen it. So I have put it into a poetry, like seeing something amazing without means looking for it, and we are just stepping into something amazing.
Okay. Okay, Abhishek. So, since you are coming from Uttarakhand, there is two questions related to Dehradun. So, which place of Uttarakhand you are?
Sir, it is Udham Singh Nagar district. Khatima is my town, and it is towards the Nepal in the and UP and Nepal is bordered to my district.
Okay. So, have you ever been to Dehradun?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you been to Robert's Cave?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the lithology and stratigraphic context?
Sir, there are limestone, and
Uh-huh.
the stratigraphic context. Sir, exactly I don't know, but yes, it falls under the Mussoorie group of rocks.
Okay. Troll formation. Have you heard?
Sir, which formation?
Troll formation.
Sir, Kroll formation. Yes, sir, Kroll formation. I've heard.
Troll formation you have heard?
No, so Troll, not sir. Kroll formation. I've heard.
Okay. Is there any formation like troll?
Sir, I don't know. Means I have not heard.
Okay. Since you are from Uttarakhand, there is accident related to tunneling and 40 of the workers being trapped. Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Uh, what are the measures that can be taken in order to prevent any collapse of tunnels in very primitive stage of the construction?
sir. Firstly, the geological studies, the structural and lithological studies that are primarily which should be done. And second thing is the engineering properties of the rocks must be accounted first. and the plan of the tunnel is also as per these two properties should be then planned properly. So these three things should be taken into account for the beginning of means before beginning tunneling.
So what do you think that which of the stages is not being considered properly, so that lead ultimately to the collapse of the tunnel?
Sir, uh, sir, the present condition of the rock means the structure was means if we see in case of right now, that is the tunnel collapse of in Gemino 3 highway, then
Mm-hmm.
the reason proposed right now is that there was overcoring, because of which the tunnel got collapsed in the middle, and the studies are still yet to be concluded, so we cannot say means conformly what was the reason. But overcoring is one thing that they are saying that because of which the tunnel could have collapsed.
Okay, let's suppose you are being appointed as a structural geologist in
Yes, sir.
Uttarakhand,
Yes, sir.
and you are engaged in to map to map out the areas where the tunnels could be located or could be constructed,
Yes, sir.
and you are working in a folded area, right?
Okay,
So,
sir.
what could be your top priorities where to find the locations to build the tunnels?
Sir, in a fold, our priority should be to construct the tunnel at the uh, anticline, means antiform apex of the antiform type of structure, because
Mm-hmm.
at that part we will have the stability of the walls of the rock, means walls of the tunnel, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
and the upper crown part can be short treated and can be maintained easily because of
Mm-hmm.
no pressure on the crown, so tunnel will be safe from collapsing, and
Mm-hmm.
the walls of the tunnel will have the dipping away kind of means stratas that are dipping away, so in that way the stability of the tunnel will be more.
Okay. So there are few terminologies used in structural geology like outlier, inlier, clippe. Can you differentiate between these?
Yes, sir. Sir, outlier and inlier are the stratigraphic means in context of stratigraphic way, that outlier is a piece of rock
Mm-hmm.
that has means transported and is a remnant rock that has transported from somewhere other, means originated somewhere else, and has
Mm-hmm.
been now placed over the rock, older rock at the bottom, and it is the different part that has been placed over the older rock. And inlier is when this transported sheet, which is a younger rock, is eroded, and because of which we can see the basement rock. Then the rock that is seen in the basement is called the inlier. And clippe and nappe. These are the terminologies of the structural part, where the sheets of rocks in the overthrust phenomena of faulting,
Mm-hmm.
when they are transported over the other rocks, and then these sheets are transported over the other rocks, they form the nappe. And when the nappe are eroded and only a piece of rock is left, means separated from its original connected part, then it forms a cliff.
Okay. So recently there is a concept of artificial or clouding or raining or cloud seeding. Have you heard of these terminologies in context of Delhi?
No, sir. Sorry.
Have you heard cloud seeding?
Cloud seeding. Yes, sir. Cloud seeding. I have some idea about it.
Okay.
That it is about means if there is any chance of rain that is going to happen, and because of which it is going to hinder any event, then
Mm-hmm.
there's a chemical uh, which contains I don't know, silver or something that is sprinkled over these clouds, and this helps in nucleation of those liquid particles, means water
Mm-hmm.
molecules around it, and in this way the rain it rains early, and the clouds are means the clouds are cleared from the sky.
Okay. So it can be treat. It can be useful in order to treat the drought affected area.
Yes, it can be.
Okay. So it was used in Delhi or not for mitigating of the pollution conditions?
Sir, I'm not aware. I don't know.
Okay, okay. So, since you are in Bhatinda and it is the area of the cultivation, right?
Yes, sir,
Mostly.
it is. Yes, sir, it is.
So it it is being seen that a lot of pesticides and the fertilizers are being used.
Yes, sir.
So, in what context that they can contribute to the contamination of rivers or groundwater?
Uh, Sir, because in a huge amount when pesticides and these chemicals are being used, pesticides, insecticides, and other means nutritional providing chemicals which are used. So they contaminate the groundwater primarily, and
Mm-hmm.
also in Bathinda region, especially uh, the seepage of the water is faster because
Mm-hmm.
the soil type is alluvial and the particles are mostly of sand range. So the permeability is high, and in this way, whenever the whatever the surface water is there in the cultivation field,
Okay.
it
So
seeps
it
to
is
the
point source or non-point source?
Sir, it is a point source. Means yes, exactly.
Point
If you
source.
know that from where the contaminants are coming, then it is a point source.
So can you identify from where these fertilizers and pesticides are being dissolved in water and draining into the natural rivers or streams or groundwater?
Uh, Sir, it can be done as region wise. Means in a particular region.
So
Uh,
in if the particular reason we are considering, then it is point source or non-point.
sir, sir, can be non-point source.
Okay.
Means if you are going
Okay.
into very much details.
So what was your topic of dissertation?
Sir, Miocene mammals from Kutch,
Mm-hmm.
a review work.
Okay, review work.
Yes, sir.
So how do you establish that these are the possible corridors that has been used by the mammals?
Sir, in the Miocene time, the
Mm-hmm.
corridors means the land part that was connected when the collision of the Indian plate and Eurasian plate happened, and
Mm-hmm.
the establishment of the corridors was from the uh, from the African continent, from the African mainland, and it was
Mm-hmm.
connected through the Saudi Arabian, present day Saudi Arabia, and that corridor, Saudi Arabian corridor and African corridor. And we find the proboscidean fossils, means the tooth fossils, the skulls, and a lot of body parts of the proboscidean, especially, and the Gomphotherium, Dinotherium fossils. And
Mm-hmm.
in the Kutch, especially, we find a lot of fossils related to the tooth of the Gomphotherium and the Dinotherium, and
Mm-hmm.
we make a correlation with those fossils that are found in this African and in this Middle East region. Then we have established that there was a corridor of dispersion and migration of these animals, and which was also helped by the event which is called the Proboscidean datum event and the formation of the Gomphotherium land bridge.
Okay. So what is the how do we define the Garhwal and Kumaon region of the Uttarakhand? What is the difference between these two regions?
Sir, we have a basic cultural difference and a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of linguistic difference, and
Mm-hmm.
means in the dialect language wise, means script wise, there is no difference because we use the same Hindi Devanagari script, and
Okay.
we have dialect difference and a little bit of cultural difference in which we have divided the 13 districts of Uttarakhand into two important divisions, Garhwal and Kumaon. Kumaon is the eastern and Garhwal is the western division.
Is there any context of geology, topography, altitude, something? It is or it is just
Uh,
purely based on the linguistic or cultural basis.
so there is a little bit contrast, but I have no idea whether it was established on basis of geology.
Okay. So there is a saying that there is a mammal formation found in Shiva lakes. Have you heard about it? Mammal bed.
Mammal bed.
Yes, in Shiva lakes.
No, sir, I haven't.
Okay, okay. So, what is your favorite topic in geology that you kind of like it, or you can devote your maximum time in during preparations?
Sir, economic geology.
Economic geology.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you differentiate ore and ore minerals?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Sir, ore is a rock that comprises of certain economic minerals, and it can be in
Mhm.
any quantity. But the ore minerals are exactly those which can be extracted economically, profitably, and with the present technological uh, means whatever technology we
Okay.
have.
So then, what is the difference between ore and host rock?
Sir, ore, sir, ore is a rock that comprises of means that contains the minerals, and the host rock is the surrounding rock in which these are present inside.
Okay. So, how do we differentiate between country rock and host rock then?
Sir, country rock. Country rock is a primary means it was present before the formation of the ore or the
Mhm.
inclusion of the ore body, and host rock. So host rock can be even the means the concomitant rock which came with along with the that ore or formed along with the ore, but the country rock was primarily presently means already there.
Okay. Have you heard about the lithium occurrences reported recently?
Yes, sir.
So, what kind of lithium is it? Measured, proved, or inferred? In which category it falls?
Sir, sir, it is. I'm not sure. I think it is in the measured means not established. It is measured.
What is the UNFC classification? What is the basis of this classification
Sir,
scheme?
Sir, it is a classification of a resource means mineral resource, and it is based upon the three important criteria, that is the economic and
Mhm.
technical feasibility and geologic studies. And each of these criteria have their own divisions. Economic axis has three divisions, technical feasibility has three divisions, and geologic axis has four divisions. And
Okay. Which
the
model,
amount
which
of
which model of UNFC classification we are using in Indian context?
sir, we have we have our own Indian standard uh, that
Okay.
we have this.
Can you differentiate between SEDEX type, VMS type, and MVT type of deposits?
Yes, sir. Sir, CDEX type deposits are sedimentary accelerative deposits in which these are stratified deposits in which the minerals are deposited when the water is coming in contact with a distant means a distant magma or different distant body of igneous body, and the water is then transporting that particular dissolved mineral to base of the particular means water body, and then forming a
Then,
stratified deposit.
then MVT and VMS.
Sir, MVT deposits are those deposits in which a primary ore body, which was present in a particular place, is leached by the seeping water, and that water leaches it and forms a deposit at somewhere else, and it forms the higher concentration of the ore. Means it leaches and concentrates the minerals and forms a deposit away from the primary ore body. And in the VMS deposit, sir, it is a deposit. It is a form. It is a form of deposit which is directly connected with the volcanic means submarine volcanism. in which the water is the seawater is coming in contact with the volcanic body or the magma chamber, and the water is then dissolving the minerals from that particular magma, and as it cools, it forms a deposit on the floor of the ocean.
Okay. So what do you think? These three are the sedimentary processes or igneous processes?
Sir, igneous, this VMS deposit is having a direct contact with this igneous body. So it is kind of igneous, and other two are the
Okay.
sedimentary.
And rest too? They can be sedimentary?
Yes, sir, they are sedimentary.
Okay. So what is the difference between the brown field exploration and green field exploration?
So brownfield explorations are conducted on the fields where already there is a past record of exploration done, and minerals, other kind of minerals that have been found and extracted. And the green fields are the fresh fields where there is no exploration, previous exploration done.
Okay. How do you establish yourself whether you are standing in igneous or metamorphic or sedimentary terrain?
Uh, So sedimentary terrain will be easy to find, as we will see the textures and structures, which can be obvious, like bedding structures and
Mm-hmm.
ripple marks and sandstones and limestones, if there are if they can be identified. And other than that, if we are studying on the igneous body, then we can find that the minerals which are present in the rock, like muscovite and means mica minerals, and the grain size will be coarse grain or the glassy fine, very glassy type fine grain. Means they can be plutonic or igneous type of rock textures. And in the metamorphic, we will see textures like schistose and gneissos, or the phyletic type of textures.
Okay. Okay, Abhishek,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
through. Ram sir, over to you.
Hello, Abhishek.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Since you are coming from Punjab, right?
No, sir, Uttarakhand. I have done masters in Punjab, Central University of Punjab, Attendant.
Okay, you come from Uttarakhand.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, in which zone Uttarakhand lies?
Sir, Uttarakhand lies in
Seismically, seismically, in which zone Uttarakhand lies?
Sir, Uttarakhand mostly lies in Zone 4, and a part of Uttarakhand lies in Zone 5.
Okay. So tell me, on the basis of seismicity, we classify Indian subcontinent into various zones, right?
Yes, sir.
Then how many zones are there in Indian subcontinents?
Sir, there is Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4, and Zone 5, which is highly dangerous.
Okay. Uh, any part which falls in zone 1?
Uh, so there is a amalgamation of Zone 1 and Zone 2, I think. If
Okay.
this, I don't know.
Okay. On what basis we classify the zones?
Sir, these zones are classified on the basis of the uh, means there is a horizontal ground movement, which is calculated based upon means it is an engineering property that is calculated, and the Indian that is the board of Indian standards that codifies and forms into the zones. Basically,
Is
what
there
we
any
sir.
is there any role of tectonic activity or just location of the area from the tectonic boundary?
Uh, Sir, there is a role, sir, in seismic means forming the seismic.
Zonation. Seismic to classify seismic zonation.
Yes, sir, there is a role.
Okay. Then tell me the different name of the different thrust belts which are there in the Himalayan zone, starting from south to north.
Okay, sir. Sir, first is the Himalayan frontal fault, and then there is main boundary thrust, and then main central thrust, and
Mm-hmm.
then there is South Tibetan Detachment Zone, which
Mm-hmm.
is a normal fault, and then there is Indo-Sanko Suture Zone.
Why we are getting a single normal fault in the thrust fault belt?
Sir, it created because of the orogenic collapse and gravity collapse process.
Okay. So, can we consider it as a antithetic fault or a synthetic fault? Do
Uh,
you have any idea about synthetic or antithetic fault?
yes, sir. Sir, it is a
How,
synthetic.
how we classify synthetic and antithetic fault?
So based upon the dip direction of the fault, if it is along the master fault, then it is synthetic. If it is
Mhm.
against it, then it is antithetic.
So, South Tibetan detachment fault is synthetic or antithetic?
Sir, it is antithetic.
Okay, dipping towards south, right?
Yes, sir.
Or dipping towards north?
South.
Dipping towards south.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, is there any ophiolite belts in Himalayan zone?
Uh, yes, sir. There is ophiolite suit in the Himalayan zone. Uh, it is towards the means it is not in the Indian territory. It is towards the Tibetan area,
Mhm.
means Trans-Himalayan region. I'm not aware of the name, sir. Sorry.
Okay, okay. Do you have any idea about ophiolitic belt? How we classify ophiolites and how they formed in geological past?
Yes, sir. Sir, ophiolites. The these are the means these are those overturned means sheets of rocks of the oceanic crust, which were which were flanked over the this collision orogenic plates. Means the if one plate is means subsiding, then the ocean remnant with thrust, whatever was there, it was overthrust and it was means overturned and overthrusted over the overriding plate, and this way we find the uh, means the detail of the deeper oceanic crust.
Okay. Do we get a complete section of oceanic plate into that ophiolite belt, or we get only some part of that oceanic plate?
Uh, Sir, we have 6 to 7 kilometer depth details of the ophiolites till now, and sir, I think it's means it's not all, it's some only.
Okay, okay. We only get some part of that plate, right? We
Yes.
are not getting any complete ophiolitic sort. Then tell me which type of ore deposits or ore minerals we get in ophiolites. Name any few.
So, first is we get VMS type deposits, and we have the Cyprus, which is ophiolite suit, and a kind of VMS type deposit also. VMS type deposit. Yes, sir, it is a VMS type deposit. And in that we find copper ore, iron minor amounts, and also sulfides, lead zinc sulfides.
Do we get any chromium deposits in ophiolite?
Yes, sir, chromium also. Yes, sir.
What we call them?
Sir, podiform chromite.
And there are any other chromite deposits also we get?
Uh, yes, sir, we have
What
a stratiform chromite.
what is the difference between stratiform and podiform chromite deposits?
Sir, the differences on their occurrence, structure in which they occur.
Mm-hmm.
Polyforms are in botryoidal type of pod type of structures, and stratiforms are the lensoidal and bedded type of structures.
Is there any tectonic stability relevance to them?
Uh, Sir, in the podiform chromites, sir, we have there is a collision tectonism that took place, which led to the
Mm-hmm.
formation of the podiform chromite deposits. And in the
Mm-hmm.
stratiform, there is an intrusion of the magma from below. And
At
um,
plate boundary or at intraplate location?
sir, 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 it was
Have you heard about LMIs?
yes, sir. Layered mafic
What
intrusions.
we call them?
Sir, layered mafic intrusions.
So, do we get any chromite deposits in LMIs?
Yes, sir. Bushveld igneous complex.
What we call them?
Stratiform chromite
Yes,
type.
yes. So they are basically included in tectonically dead areas, right?
Okay, sir.
In a stable plate,
Okay,
and
sir.
we get podiform deposits at subduction or abduction related tectonism, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, since you have studied your master degree at Punjab, right?
Yes, sir.
So why we call Punjab?
Sir, Punjab, it is named after the five rivers, means five abs. That is the place between area between bounded by two rivers, and there is a
Mm-hmm.
five abs. Means earlier Punjab was considered throughout India and Pakistan. So the five abs that comprise that are enclosed between the Indus River, Chenab, Satluj, Ravi, and Jhelum, and that is why.
Suppose you will select as a geologist in GSI, and you are being told, you are being asked that you are deployed in Indo-Gangetic plains, alluvial plains, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are being told that in upcoming 2 or 3 years, you have to formulate a project which has a economic relevance. Okay. And you are being told that you have to find out a locality or a zone which has a economic relevance to the present situation. Which type of metals or non-metals you will go to search? Tell me any few in Indo-Gangetic plains.
Okay. So, sir, in the Indo-Gangetic plains, we will uh, we will find the limestones and dolomite deposits if non-metal in the non-metal category. And
Indo-Gangetic plain, because Indo-Gangetic is a alluvial plain. So,
sir, second thing we can have is sir, we can go for sand mining also.
mhm.
And sir, in case of metal deposits, sir, we can look for the placer gold deposits if we have
Mhm.
chance.
Okay.
And
Any other few?
and sir, I don't know, sir. Others.
Okay, no problem. Have you ever visited a geological field?
Yes, sir.
Which area?
So Masuri and Nainital.
Okay. Have you heard about Balinit Kroltal formation?
Yes, sir.
What is
Masuri.
the what is the age of that these formations?
Sir, they start from the cryogenian of the upper Proterozoic and
Mm-hmm.
goes up to 500 MA, means crossing the Ediacaran. And the Ediacaran, we have this Kroll Tal boundary, and the Tal formation is from Ediacara to 500 MA old, nearly.
Okay. So, have you heard about Cambrian Precambrian boundary problem that lies over there?
Yes, sir.
In which formation?
Uh, sir, this Kroll and Tal formations means we have this transition, and we find the conodonts and trilobite trace fossils.
Okay, okay, good, good. Good. Hello, Faisal sir.
Yes, sir.
Hi, over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Abhishek, we are summing up your interview here.
Okay, sir.
What do you think? How was it?
Sir, I need to study some things. Means still there are some things that I should look into it more.
Okay, Abhishek, in your interview, I have analyzed two things. First, when you appeared for the interview, you were very confident, but later on you were losing your confidence, and it was obvious in your body language and in also articulation of your answers, right? So, first thing that you can keep in mind that you never lose your confidence if you are not knowing, and second thing is if you are not knowing the answer, just back out, just say sorry and move on, right?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Otherwise, it seemed like you are trying to bluff us. At the some answers you are trying to bluff, right? So this should not be the case, right? You cannot bluff, है ना? Or if you are not knowing, it's completely okay, है ना? There will be some questions in your interview of UPSC also that you might not knowing the answer. So in the best come scenario is to do say sorry and move on. Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall, or sorry, sir, I'm not able to collect the facts at the moment, right? So you do that. So the message is very clear that if you are not knowing, then you are gracefully accepting it also. You are trying to answer the most of the questions, and there are many questions on which you easily can say that sorry, sir, I'm not aware, right? So there is a classification based on the Kumaon and Gadwal region. Read about it, okay?
Okay.
And host rock, country rock, or mineral. Read about it. And the UNFC classification that we use. Read about it. And prepare your answer in very crisp manner. Like how do you define MVT, VMS, SEDEX, Algoma type, superior type, repeatant type? What is the mineralization? We found them. है ना? In same manner, the I type granite, S type granite, hydrothermal fluids, है ना? The processes related to the hydrothermal processes. So read about it, okay, and try to give your answer in a very brief manner, very crisp, right? So
Okay.
first thing, keep your confidence level, right? Do not lose it. And second thing, do not try to bluff. Okay, if you are not knowing the answer, I should, I may be thinking about it, ये नहीं चलेगा, है ना? वो थोड़ा सा नेगेटिव इंप्रेशन देता है। आपकी पर्सनालिटी बहुत अच्छी है, आपका आर्टिकुलेशन भी बहुत अच्छा है, ठीक है, आपका कम्युनिकेशन स्किल बहुत अच्छा है ना? एज यू सेड इट इन द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द इंटरव्यू। लेकिन जैसे जैसे आपके ऊपर क्वेश्चंस की बौछार आती गई, वैसे वैसे वो जो कॉन्फिडेंस है वो लूज होता गया, है ना? तो थोड़ा सा उस पर काम करने की जरूरत है, आई थिंक। और मुझे लगता है कि बस एक ही चीज का ध्यान रखो कि जहां पे आंसर नहीं आ रहा वहां पे अपने आप को रोको आंसर देने से, है
So
ना?
I mean, if most of the time if I say I don't know, then it will be negative thing.
नो 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 नो, हु सेड दिस?
So I think.
नो नो नो, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक नेगेटिव इंप्रेशन, है ना? अगर आप जबरदस्ती आंसर देने की कोशिश करेंगे, आपको आ भी नहीं रहा है, तो वो एक नेगेटिव इंप्रेशन जरूर जाएगा, है ना? आपको नहीं आ रहा है, इट्स कम्प्लीटली ओके, है ना? मैंने भी इंटरव्यू दिए हैं, राम सर ने भी इंटरव्यू दिए हैं यूपीएससी के, और हमारा ये पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस भी है कि अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा है तो यू एक्सेप्ट इट वेरी ग्रेसफुली, लाइक इन केस यू हैव एक्सेप्टेड द मैमल बेड्स ऑफ शिवालिक्स। वो बहुत अच्छा था कि नहीं पता जी, है ना? तो वो बहुत अच्छा है। अदरवाइज क्या होगा ना, एक ट्रैप सेटअप हो जाएगा आपके लिए और आप उसमें धंसते चले जाओगे, है ना? अल्टीमेटली यू विल बी एंडिंग अप लूजिंग द इंटायर बैटल, है ना?
Okay,
आपके पर्सनालिटी के बहुत सारे अच्छे एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, बोलते अच्छा हो, आर्टिकुलेशन अच्छा है, सॉफ्ट स्पोकन हो, एग्रेशन नहीं है ना? लेकिन जो वो पॉइंट है ना ब्लफ वाला, वो नहीं आना चाहिए, जैसे पॉइंट सोर्स और नॉन पॉइंट सोर्स, है ना? मैं आपको हिंट भी दिया अगेन, है ना? और
partial
मिनरल,
idea. सर जैसे partial idea रहता है तो इसीलिए।
नहीं, पार्शल आइडिया रहता है ना, तो सर उस वहां पे यूं बोल सकते हो कि सर आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर बट आई थिंक इट इज नॉन पॉइंट सोर्स, है ना? आपके पर्सनैलिटी के बहुत सारे अच्छे एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, बोलते अच्छा हो, आर्टिकुलेशन अच्छा है, सॉफ्ट स्पोकन हो, एग्रेशन नहीं है, है ना? लेकिन जो वो पॉइंट है ना ब्लफ वाला, वो नहीं आना चाहिए, जैसे पॉइंट सोर्स और नॉन पॉइंट सोर्स, है ना? और मिनरल, राइट। जब इतना बड़ा एरिया है, इतने सारे खेत हैं, कहाँ से बह के आ रहा है आपको नहीं मालूम, इसलिए तो नॉन पॉइंट सोर्स बोलते हैं। अगर किसी इंडस्ट्री के आउटलेट से निकल रहा होता, कोई टेलिंग डैम से आ रहा होता, तो पता रहता है कि वहां से आया। तो एग्जैक्ट पॉइंट अगर पता है तो अपन पॉइंट सोर्स बोलते हैं, है ना। कंट्री रॉक, होस्ट रॉक और में आप जहाँ पे अटक गए थे, वो उसको थोड़ा सा अच्छे से तैयार कर लो, है ना। बाकी मेरे ख्याल से आपका इंटरव्यू अच्छा ही जाएगा, है ना। ओवरऑल आपकी पर्सनैलिटी प्लीजिंग है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
ओके।
ठीक है। आई विश यू
थैंक्स।
ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट। बस एक ही पॉइंट का ध्यान रखना है ना, ब्लफ नहीं करना अपने को। ठीक है। चलो, आई विश यू ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट एंड मे बी योर नेम रिफ्लेक्ट इन द फाइनल लिस्ट।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, कीप अप द स्माइल ऑन योर फेस, अच्छा लगता है।
यस सर।
ठीक है।
यस सर।
बीच बीच में गायब हो गई थी तो उसको मेंटेन करो, है ना।
ओके
चलो,
सर।
इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग आपको मिल जाएगी तो एक बार देख लेना आप भी, है ना।
यस सर।